The Tantra on the Origin of all Rites of Tārā, Mother of all the Tathāgatas. Chapter 17. Fire Puja. Once these different types of rites had been taught, youthful Mañjuśrī asked, how should one earnestly perform the fire puja that completes all rites? The Blessed One replied, Mañjuśrī, following these rites, a fire puja needs to be performed in order to bring them to fulfillment. To perform a fire puja for the first of the rites, the pacifying rite, do as follows. On the third day of the lunar month, build a small hut of the corresponding colour and set out a white vajra. For firewood, use the wood of white sandalwood trees and the like. Light the fire, place an image before it, and incant rice, beautyberry, millet, and white sesame seeds with the following mantra, reciting it either 7 or 21 times. ʻtʌntrə turi svaha. Then throw the grains and seeds into the fire. Incant yogurt and milk with the mantra, and offer them while saying Shantim Kuru. Offer wood from a tree with milky sap, along with white butter, and say Sava Papam, and then render praise. Mañjuśrī, in a fire hut adorned with white flowers, light a fire of sandalwood or other such fragrant wood, and set an image in front of it. Incant water and white mustard seeds with the mantra, and recite the following mantra while throwing them into the fire. Tadyata Om Sava Tathāgata ṭhāraṇī-mantra svaha. And Sava Papam Shantim Kuru svaha. While chanting these, offer 108 handfuls of water. Mañjuśrī, the benefits of this are such that misdeeds, including the acts with immediate retribution, will be pacified. Infectious diseases, harmful spirits, and the like will all be pacified, and you will recall all your past lives in each of your rebirths. Mañjuśrī, anoint the fire hut with the 5 substances from a cow, and in this odorous hut burn an effigy made of wax while reciting this mantra. ʻtʌntrə svaha. Once it has been burned, the target will be overpowered or even annihilated. This was the 17th chapter, Fire Puja. Chapter 18. The Protective Circle for Pacifying Rites. The Blessed One then smiled and taught youthful Mañjuśrī the procedures for the circles. In a circle with 9 compartments, write Om and Ha with the target's name in between. Use the words Raksha, Raksha for protection. In the surrounding compartments, write ʻtʌntrə turi svaha with svaha written between each syllable. Written on birch bark with saffron, and then fastened to the upper arm, this serves as the best protection. This was the 18th chapter, The Protective Circle for Pacifying Rites. The Protective Circle for Enthralling Rites. For protection during enthralling rites, write Om and Ha with the target's name in between, within a 9-compartment circle. Use the words Raksha, Raksha for protection. In the surrounding compartments, write ṭhāraṇī-mantra turi svaha, with the syllable mu between each of those syllables. Write this on red birch bark with lac dye and fasten it to the navel so that it cannot be seen. This will be the best protection and will enthrall. This was the 19th chapter, The Protective Circle for Enthralling Rites. Chapter 20. The Protective Circle for Increasing Rites. For protection during increasing rites, make an 8-spoked wheel and write ṭʌntrə on each of the 8 spokes. In the center, write the target's name, appended with svaha, along with raksha raksha. Write it on birch bark with saffron, and then fasten it to the upper arm or neck, and it will be the best protection. This was the 20th chapter, the protective circle for increasing rites. Chapter 21. A more elaborate protective circle for increasing rites. For a protective circle that guards against all obstacles, use a triple-rimmed circle with 8 compartments in the outermost circle. In its central compartment, write svaha, appended to the target's name, along with raksha. In the innermost rim, write oo, 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 oo. In the outer 8-compartment rim, write ṭʌntrə, bracketing each syllable with oo. Draw this with saffron on birch bark or other bark. Tie it to the crown of the head or under the arm so that people cannot see it, and one will be freed from all harm. Recite the mantra as many times as you can. This was the 21st chapter, a more elaborate protective circle for increasing rites. Chapter 22. The magical protective circle for great pacification. Now for the circle that accomplishes all activities. On birch bark or cloth, draw a circle with 9 compartments, using water infused with white sandalwood. In the outermost rim, write a, I, u, e, I, o, au, r, l, am, a. In the inner rim, write tare turi svaha. Write raksha shantim kuru svaha between om and ha in the upper part of the circle, and reverse the mantra in the lower part of the circle. Know that the vowels on the outside are to be reversed. In the center, write raksha shantim kuru between om and ha. This was the 22nd chapter, the magical protective circle for great pacification. Chapter 23. The pacifying circle. Next are the circles for the individual rites of the 4 activities. For pacifying, make a clay amulet with a lid, bake it, and color it white. Inside it, draw a circle with 9 compartments. The mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture should be written in the 8 surrounding panels as follows. Ru Ru Om Ru Ru, Ru Ru Ta Ru Ru, Ru Ru Re Ru Ru, Ru Ru Tut Ru Ru, Ru Ru Ta Ru Ru, Ru Ru Re Ru Ru, Ru Ru Tu Ru Ru, Ru Ru Re Ru Ru. In the central compartment, write Kuru Shantim Kuru Svaha. Close the amulet and place it, along with a white thread, on the mandala. If you then worship at the 3 times with white flowers and the 5 kinds of offerings, the pacification will succeed. This was the 23rd chapter, the pacifying circle. Chapter 24. Great pacification. To accomplish the activity of great pacification, make a clay amulet with a lid. Make ink out of white sandalwood and use it to draw a 9-compartment circle with inner and outer sections. In the central compartment, write the mantra Sva Shantim Kuru Ha. Inside the inner rim, write 8 sets of A. Inside the outer rim, write A Ta Re A Tut Ta Re Tu Re. Tie a flower garland around the amulet and place it on the mandala. Make offerings to it at the 4 times, and recite the mantra without error for 7 days. If you do, the great pacification will succeed. This was the 24th chapter, Great Pacification. Chapter 25, The Increasing Circle. To perform the increasing rite, draw a 9-compartment circle with an inner and outer rim on birch bark, using either saffron or bezoar. In the central compartment, write Sava Pushtim Kuru Om A, and in each of the 8 inner compartments, write Om. In the 8 outer compartments, write Om, 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 Om Ta Om, Om Re Om, Om Tut Om, Om Ta Om, Om Re Om, Om Tu Om, Om Re Om. Then place the circle inside a clay amulet and worship it with yellow flowers, such as the naga flower, and the 5 offerings at the 4 times each day for 7 days, starting on the full moon. Your lifespan and merit will thereby be increased. This was the 25th chapter, The Increasing Circle. Chapter 26, The Forceful Enthralling Circle. If you wish to enthrall, draw a circle with 9 compartments on a rhinoceros hide or an amulet using pigment made of the extracts of the bark of areca, kuch, and karagana trees. In the central compartment of the circle, write the mantra A Sva Ka Amoga Ahriha. In the 8 compartments, write A Om A, A Ta A Re A Tut A Ta A Re A Tu A Re A. Then place it inside a skull cup covered with a lid and bind it with the blue thread. When the moon is full, worship it during the 4 times using red flowers and the 5 offerings. If you do, everything will be enthralled. This was the 26th chapter, The Forceful Enthralling Circle. Chapter 27, The Isolating and Enthralling Circle. To enthrall, use blood from your ring finger, lac dye, charnel ground charcoal, and gold to draw a circle with 9 compartments on a charnel ground shroud or the clothes of a dead person. In its central compartment, write Amoga Hriha. On the 8 spokes, write Om De Om, Ta Va Ta, Re Dat Re, Tut Ta Tut, Ta A Ta, Re Mo Re, Tu Ga Tu, Re Hri Re. Insert the circle into an amulet along with the head of a worm. Breaking it in 2, conceal each part on opposite sides of a riverbank. If you do that, isolating and enthralling will be accomplished. This was the 27th chapter, The Isolating and Enthralling Circle. Chapter 28, The Banishing Circle. If you wish to banish, use a mixture of the goat poison plant, blood and indigo to draw 2 circles with 9 compartments on a charnel ground shroud. In the central compartment, write Ha Sa U Ka Ha Ha Ha, and in the 8 surrounding compartments, write Ha Om Ha, Ha Ta Ha, Ha Re Ha, Ha Tut Ha, Ha Ta Ha, Ha Re Ha, Ha Tu Ha, Ha Re Ha. Place the circle into a skull cap covered with a lid. Bind it with blue thread and conceal it in a charnel ground. The banishment will then be successful. This was the 28th chapter on the Banishing Circle. Chapter 29, The Isolating Circle. To make an isolating circle, use ink made from a mixture of equal parts of charnel ground charcoal, crow blood, owl blood and poison, to draw 9 compartments with an inner and outer circle. In the central compartment, write Pat, Sva, Devadatta Hapat. In the 8 inner compartments, write Pat, 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 Pat. In the 8 outer compartments, write Pat, 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 Ta, Pat, Pat, Re, Pat, Pat, Tut, Pat, Pat, Ta, Pat, Pat, Re, Pat, Pat, Tu, Pat, Pat, Re, Pat. Place it in a crow and owl egg and conceal it at the base of a waterfall. Isolating will thereby be successful. This was the 29th chapter, The Isolating Circle. Chapter 30, The Slaying Circle. The circle for slaying is as follows. Use a mixture of equal parts of poison, blood, and mustard seed to draw a 9-compartment circle with inner and outer sections. In the central compartment, write Hum Sva Maraya Ha Pat. In the inner compartments, write Hum Pat, 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 Hum Pat. In the outer compartments, write Hum Om Pat, Hum Ta Pat, Hum Re Pat, Hum Tut Pat, Hum Ta Pat, Hum Re Pat, Hum Tu Pat, Hum Re Pat. Write these on the skull of a childless man or woman. Repeat the mantra many times, and then hide it in a charnel ground. If you do so, death will ensue. This was the 30th chapter, The Slaying Circle. Chapter 31, The Insanity-Inducing Circle. To make a circle that will induce insanity, use water infused with dhāraṇī to draw a 9-compartment circle with inner and outer sections, on cloth or paper. In the central compartment, write Ha Ha Devadatta Ha Ha. In the inner compartments, write Ha 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 Ha. In the 8 outer compartments, write Ha Om Ha, Ha Ta Ha, Ha Re Ha, Ha Tut Ha, Ha Ta Ha, Ha Re Ha, Ha Tu Ha, Ha Re Ha. Place the circle into a grass amulet and recite the mantra as fast as you can. Then conceal it at a crossroads and pile dhāraṇī on it. Insanity will then be induced. To relieve the insanity, wash an effigy with butter, honey, and cow's milk. The target will thereby recover. This was the 31st chapter, The Insanity-Inducing Circle. Chapter 32, The Suppressing Circle. The circle that suppresses is as follows. Draw a 9-compartment circle on slate. In the central compartment, use water infused with turmeric to write Ga Sva Stambaya, Stambaya Ga Ha. In the 8 compartments, write Ga Om Ga, Ga Ta Ga, Ga Re Ga, Ga Tut Ga, Ga Ta Ga, Ga Re Ga, Ga Tu Ga, Ga Re Ga. If the circle is folded and hidden at a crossroads, the target will be unable to move. This was the 32nd chapter, On the Suppressing Circle. Chapter 33, The Great Suppression Circle. For the Great Suppression Circle, use ink made of turmeric to draw 9 compartments with inner and outer circles inside a clay amulet. In the central compartment, write this mantra, Ga Sva Stambaya Stambaya Ga Ha. In the inner compartments, write Ha 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 8 times. In the 8 outer compartments, write Ga Om Ga, Ga Ta Ga, Ga Re Ga, ga tut ga, ga ta ga, ga re ga, ga tu ga, ga re ga, and finalize it with the addition of the Arya Tara mantra. Conceal it in the direction from which the enemy is approaching, and it will grant protection. If you conceal it by the enemy's door, they will be suppressed. This was the 33rd chapter, The Circle That Suppresses Enemies. Chapter 34, The Circle That Suppresses the Sorcery of Guhyamantra. To make the circle that suppresses the sorcery of Guhyamantra, draw the circle, a 9-compartment circle with inner and outer sections, with liquid turmeric on 2 slabs of either slate or mica. As for the mantras, in the central compartment write Va Sva Stambhaya Stambhaya Ha. In the inner section write Va 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 Va. In the outer section write Va Om Va, Va Ta Va, Va Re Va, Va Tut Va, Va Ta Va, Va Re Va, Va Tu Va, Va Re Va. Then conceal the 2 circles separately, side by side, and the sorcery of Guhyamantra will be suppressed. This was the 34th chapter, Suppressing the Sorcery of Guhyamantra. Chapter 35, Teaching the Samayas and Vows. The Bodhisattva, youthful Mañjuśrī, then scattered an inconceivable array of flowers, mandarava flowers, lotuses, water lilies, and many others, over the Blessed One, while a symphony of divine music resounded. He asked the Blessed One, "How are the Samayas to be fulfilled?" The Blessed One replied, "Those who maintain their respective Samayas and are connected to the circle of deities should abandon the killing of beings, not take what is not given, not frequent women or abuse them, avoid all types of lies, relinquish intoxicants, meat, and all types of stealing. Cast aside lustful attitudes towards each and every woman, and show them benevolent respect, as if they were one's own mother. For those who maintain these Samaya commitments, all rites will be effective." Thus spoke the Blessed One. This was the 35th chapter, Teaching the Samayas and Vows. Chapter 36, The Conclusion. The vast gathering of countless gods, including the Lord of Gods, Indra, Brahma, and others, the Bodhisattva youthful Mañjuśrī, a countless retinue of other bodhisattvas, and the world with its gods, humans, asuras, and gandharvas, rejoiced and praised what the Blessed One had said. This completes the Tantra on all rites of Blessed Lady Tara. Translated by the Indian preceptor Dharma Sri Mitra and the Tibetan translator and monk Chökyi Sangpo.